What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Arena of Valor esports match review, and this time we are going to be taking a look at Flash Wolves versus Bazaar Gaming. Bazaar, of course, one of the best teams from Thailand coming in here. And yeah, Flash Wolves, we've already reviewed them a couple times. And the reason why I'm making this, why I'm reviewing this particular match is, of course, again, Flash Wolves team composition. They like to go for crazy picks so far. And this time they went a Joker, which I don't think we've seen at all so far in the APL. Maybe a couple times, but I have missed it. But also, we see a Xeniel support with Disrupt. And now, I know you might think this is a Shirko video or something when you see a Xeniel with Disrupt. But, in fact, it isn't. It is a pro game here. Disrupt, I don't know what to say, man. We'll see what he will do. They will probably try to dive with him split pushing, and then they just dive in a 4v4. He comes in with the ultimate and turns off the tower, and I don't know, I guess it will work somehow. We will see. Of course, this will be a pretty exciting match. I already skipped ahead a little bit and saw that both teams remain pretty even here, so we should have a lot of fun here. And this, again, Flash Wolves heroes, I always praise him for his Slayer lane performance. He went Florentino with the Devil's Awakening, which we don't really see too often. We see most of the time we see Desperate Duel on Florentino, so we'll see how that plays out. But before we continue with the commentary, we have to go through all the picks. As I already said, Florentino facing off against that Yena in the Slayer lane. We have Nakrov in the jungle on Flash Wolves against Kriknak in the jungle on Bazaar. D-Rock in the mid lane against the Crixie on Bazaar's side. And we have a Joker already, as I said, with that Xeniel support on Flash Wolf's side, facing off against Broken Laville and the Broken Krizix. So yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Bazaar already securing that first dragon, but the Laville has to flicker away from the enemies here. D-Rock used his flicker as well to try to set up a stun there. Not quite able to get into range fast enough. But that Laville doesn't have flicker now, is poked, and they might try to set up a dive here. As I said, they have Disrupt, so we'll see what happens. They probably just back out. Yeah, they are able to clear the wave. And as I already said, Broken Krizix and Broken Laville, we've seen that these two heroes picked very often so far. Two of the most popular heroes in their respective roles this tournament so far. And yeah, we'll see how this turns out, because these two are really strong, especially late game. And that Xeniel gets caught by that Laville arrow, is able to get away after that Arctic Orb. But his D-Rock just ends up dropping, walks into the Yena S1 and just gets completely blown out. They try to translate this into a red buff. Nakrov is able to secure it though, and they are able to hard poke that Kriknak. He has to go back here. Super low HP, does not end up dropping though, and that Nakrov and the Joker ult just bursting him completely. And yeah, good job for Nakrov that he was able to get that red buff still. That is definitely huge. After that death onto the mid laner, losing that red buff would be too much probably. Ooh, they are trying to go for that dive, but they show the replay during that dive. I don't know, man. Hey, the action is bottom right, not the replay, guys. But nothing happens during the dive. They just back out. But that Krizix is very, very low HP. So is that Crixie. And they decide not to try to push this tower though. Their Joker was really low HP as well. I had to go back. The Yena gets the Spirit Sentinel. This Yena is doing really well so far. She is applying a lot of pressure. She got that first kill as well. She is doing phenomenally. And yeah, we'll see. She is trying to set up another trap here for that D-Rock, but he knows the dangers of the Slayer laner missing. Game very even, as I said. Despite the dragon and 1 kill advantage onto Bazaar's side, the gold is completely even pretty much. D-Rock flickers away there. Is able to get away though. Is in a pretty good position. Yeah, sets up that barrier. Is not able to snipe that Laville though, very close. They do not pick up any kills, and both teams just playing super aggressively, fighting, but not able to finish off those kills at all so far, except for that Yena. And we'll see, Yena is roaming bot now all the way. She has that Spirit Sentinel buff, so she's super fast. She just one-shots that D-Rock, man. Completely. D-Rock again out of position, and they get a kill onto that Joker as well. He uses his Endless Cycle though. And yeah, I think it was his Joker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Joker kill. We'll see the scoreboard though soon. And yeah, that Yena is doing work so far. Ooh, that Arctic Orb triggered onto that Kriknak after that Joker ult would have been probably too much damage. You really have to respect Joker early game. Look at this Florentino, man. He is going crazy in a 1v2. Almost able to pick up a kill. Forces that flicker out of that Laville. Again, those marksmen are just getting bullied all game so far. Especially Laville. I mean, it's kind of obvious when you play Laville against a Joker, it's not going to be a good time for you unless you're able to dodge his... Oh, they turn off that tower with the Disrupt, and this is way too much action. They turn off the tower with the Disrupt and are able to pick it up. Yena has to retreat there with a flicker as well. And all the while they are fighting top. Xeniel instantly ults to the top lane fight, and I think they will be able to pick up that Kriknak. Yes, he does not have his Arctic Orb available after that bottom lane Joker poking him. And yeah, very nice game so far. 2-3 on the kill score. 500 gold advantage by Flash Wolves here, so really both teams have the mirrored lane tower down, so this is a very even game, and we'll see how this turns out. About the late game, I would probably say Bazaar takes the late game just because they have Laville and Kha'Zix, and it is just so incredibly strong. But I have to say, D-Rock, Florentino, Xeniel, really strong late game too, but Joker just falls off so incredibly hard late game. Yena dodging away from all the CC beautifully, also dodges the remaining CC with her first ability there in heavy weapon form, where she's immune of course to CC. Ooh, but she gets caught again by that Nakrov. Nakrov playing super well too. These two teams are really playing very well. I'm really enjoying this so far. And the Florentino gets caught by the Laville ult, but it doesn't matter. They're too far away. They get that tier 2 bottom lane tower, so I would say Flash Wolves is definitely in a nice position now. 1k gold lead, along with, yeah, Kha'Zix getting poked as well now. Nakrov going deep, but it doesn't do anything. Xeniel ult a little bit miscommunicated maybe. He thought that Nakrov would stay for his ult there. Ooh, look at this Florentino. Oh, he just keeps going. What is going on? Look at this damage. That hero is so broken. But he is playing it super clean. Guys, honestly, it's rare to see such a clean Florentino. Like, such clean mechanics. Even in pro play, just so fast there. That was very nice. Just going absolutely crazy. As I said, I always say I'm a huge fan of heroes. Very nice mechanics on that Slayer laner of Flash Wolves. He has that rank breaker, went straight into the Mail of Pain. Same for Yena almost, but she has the Spear of Longinus. That is often an item that is used in pro play by Yena because of the cooldown reduction. It deals a lot less damage than the rank breaker, but it just fits that brawly playstyle that Slayer laners often take in pro play, as opposed to the full assassin playstyle that they usually go in ranked. So yeah, this is not something you should copy. I think rank breaker is better on Yena, but in this case, it's a very nice, in pro play, it's a very nice item, the Spear of Longinus. And yeah, right as I'm saying that, Kha'Zix has to flicker out, gets caught by that D-Rock stun into the wall. And we'll see, the summoners, almost everyone has their summoner except for Kha'Zix, just use that flicker of course. They're trying to siege that tower, probably not able to. Joker would like to get some passives onto those towers, you know, that's the only way he can really push with that passive, with that increased range. Maybe even proc the S2 for the, or use the S1 beforehand for the Omni Arms whenever he gets that. And that just bursts towers down very fast. But what I'm more worried about for Flash Wolves is the late game team fights with the Joker. As I said, just nowhere near the DPS that Laville has. So we'll see how that turns out. Nakrov going for the Leviathan, so he will be a very tanky Nakrov. Won't be able to get one-shot by Kriknak. It's a very oftentimes used by Nakrovs in ranked even. When you are playing against the Kriknak, it is just, you get one-shot, you know? So if you have that Soul Reaver. But if you have Leviathan, it's a very easy, it's a very nice counter. So yeah, definitely doing well here. Ooh, I like the Joker build, man. Rank Breaker usually will go into Omni Arms. Let's finish that thought after we see if they get the kill onto that Laville. Very easy pickup there. Again, Florentino just doing so much work. He's not able to dodge away from the Kriknak ult, though gets one shot pretty much. Now D-Rock is again in a huge pinch. Flickers into the Yena S2. Man, usually I have to say I simp Shishi a lot. He plays so well in that mid lane position. But this game, he's a little bit off, man. Like he has like 3 deaths already. Just not having a good game so far. Very unfortunate. Uses Endless Cycle though, is back on the map. But yeah, to finish my thought here, I really love the Joker build coming out. I think that Joker build is so good. It's used by the rank 1 player in EU as well all the time. He was the first one I saw use it, and then I tried it and it's really good. Instead of going Rank Breaker into the Omni Arms, which usually Joker does, you go straight away into the Fenrir's and it does so much damage. It's ridiculous. And I like to combo it with the Devil's Awakening because I just think it's an amazing enchantment for Joker. You laser them with your passive, you shoot them with the rocket, ult, and you can just do everything all over again. And yeah, we'll see how this goes now. They're showing a replay because nothing is really happening right now. Everyone is just clearing their waves. Good ult by that Laville. Gets poked by the... Ooh, okay, they use the Xeniel ult. They're fine, they're fine. They use the Nakrov ult as well, but they have to back out in the end. And a lot of ults being used on Flash Wolf's side here. Nakrov and Xeniel ult, while not too many ults used, only the Laville ult. I mean, on the side of Flash Wolves, you don't really... on the side of Bazaar, you don't really have a lot of crazy long cooldown ults. Kriknak ult is super low. Yena ult, of course, very low cooldown. And right as I'm saying that, they siege the mid lane tower. D-Rock is able to protect it though. Very nice. Ooh, the Yena just jumps in. But this might be her demise here. Nakrov jumps behind her. She is able to get away. Very well played. I have to say, Yena, very impressive so far. This is definitely 2 very good Slayer laners on both sides this game. They're definitely the stars so far, I would say. The Nakrov is doing a lot too. But other than that, these 2 are definitely just smurfing on everyone. Ooh, Florentino goes for Aegis straight away. So he is saying he doesn't care about this Crixie at all. Just wants to have more cooldown reduction and armor. And yeah, we'll see if that will bite him. I think last teamfight he was really getting poked by the Crixie as well. That Crixie ult, of course, you can't really dodge it as a Florentino. You can dodge a lot of things, but not that ult. And yeah, we'll see here. The Kriknak is really fed, guys. 9.9k gold. I am just noticing that. I mean, the Nakrov is close behind. Goes for a Clavis Sancti on Nakrov. That is gonna do so much damage with those crits. I'm sure he has those 60% atrocity crit chance arcana as well, like every Nakrov basically. Ooh, he goes deep. Wow, look at this crit onto that Crixie. Half her health just instantly gone. And yeah, but he is very deep here. Is able to use that Arctic Orb. That's a sick team fight. Florentino doing so much work again. And finally, Shishi finds his hands and is able to hit that laser on both of them. Finishes them off and gets a triple kill in the end. Just very well played by the Flash Wolves here. That Florentino set everything up with that 2-man knock-up there on his second ability. That is a very exciting game. And I'm gonna be honest, Disrupt used once so far, okay? We used once onto that bot lane tower to backdoor that tower with that Nakrov. But other than that, I don't know, man. I was looking for more juicy stuff by that Disrupt, but unfortunately not able to. Maybe we'll see a nice late game play. Of course, you could turn off the Nexus as well, I think, the core. Again, that Florentino just going crazy here, just using his combo and doing so much damage. Again, Shishi just caught out completely. What? He interrupts again. I don't know how he's finding himself so deep into those fights, man. They get a shutdown on him. Poor guy, but right as I'm saying that, Joker pokes the Kriknak and Lavil to half HP with a single rocket. That is the strength of that build. He goes for a Medallion of Troy. That's very interesting, because Medallion of Troy is only going to protect him against Krizix and Crixie. And I feel like you don't really are too worried about them. You're worried about the Yena and Kriknak. But then again, you have your second ability. So maybe he is just absolutely unkillable now, that Joker. I see it rarely in solo ranked, where a Joker goes for a Medallion of Troy against a Raz or something, and it really makes them unkillable. Because they're not really scared of assassins with their second ability. So, it's not that bad. What is he gonna build last though? That last little short sword can build into an Omni Arms, of course. It can build into a lot of things, but it's either gonna be an Omni Arms or a Death Sickle or Blade of Eternity. I'm betting on the Blade of Eternity here, most likely. And same for the Florentino, most likely as well. He finished that Medallion of Troy as well, so he will be very tanky now. Joker flickers in very deep. He has to be very careful here. He's not able to do a lot of damage there with his ultimate. That's where Joker starts falling off. You know, 60 minutes into the game, everyone is hitting those full items. Lavil is just gonna burst out those 4,000 damage crits, while Joker is just, you know, not gonna do too much at this point. I mean, he can still one-shot probably the Crixie if she doesn't use her Arctic Orb. He can probably one-shot the Kriknak, probably even the Lavil, but, you know, a lot of them they already have Revival, like Blade of Eternity and stuff. But as I'm saying that, Florentino is again going super deep. He is playing so well right now. Joker hits that snipe, finishes off that Yena, who was very, very elusive so far this game. Oh, look at this Joker, man. So much damage with those snipes. Very well played. He's gonna snipe that. Yeah, that's Kriknak can't really escape. Dirac ends up stunning him beautifully into the wall, and they pick him up. Guys, Bazaar is a really, really huge force to be reckoned with. So I think a lot of people were expecting Flash Wolves to lose this matchup. So seeing them just perform so well against them with a Xeniel support with Disrupt is pretty funny. Very interesting build by Xeniel as well. Goes for the Mantle of Ra. You don't usually see that by supports because it's not the tankiest item you can pick up as an armor item. It only gives 200 armor, and it gives like the usual amount of health, and it's basically a kind of a damage and wave clear item. So I mean, I guess they make him split push, so it makes sense here. And again, Florentino just going deep, just completely decimating everyone. Solo killing that Crixie pretty much, while fighting 3 other people as well. And they are able to get away cleanly. That Crixie, of course, used her Endless Cycle, is back into the game. Dirac tries to just poke in the end there. Of course, he's not gonna just let that ult run out. And yeah, pretty much as I thought. The only items remaining that, yeah, Blade of Eternity just completed by Joker, so he will be absolutely unkillable now. I think Florentino will get his Blade of Eternity very, very soon as well here, unless he decides to go for Fenrir, which I would be a huge fan of, but I don't think it's needed. But it would deal a ton of damage. But I think Blade of Eternity is definitely going to be the wiser choice here. It's going to do more damage, and not more damage, but it's going to put a lot more pressure onto the enemies. Beautiful flicker stun by Shishi, but he gets just stunned as well, and is not able to lay down the damage onto the Yena. And we'll see now. Enraged Abyssal Dragon just respawned, and they're instantly starting hit on the side of Flash Wolves here. They have that Xeniel split pushing in that top lane wave. So yeah, he's actually hiding. He's just hiding in the bush. Okay, now he jumps onto the wave, and now he's just pushing, but he will have to ult instantly. He is already ulting, hits a lot of people with that heal, and they are just completely decimating the enemies because they got that Slayer, the dragon, excuse me, The Nakrov got the revival buff. Lavil ends up dropping. Lavil got caught way too many times this game, but there's not much he could do against such a well-played Florentino, such a well-played Nakrov, such a well-played Joker as well, sniping him with his rockets. It is just really easy to feed as Lavil at that point. Shishi almost dropping. Yeah, he will drop here, definitely gets pulled by the Krizix. Lavil uses his, ends up using his desperate, what am I saying? Ends up using his Blade of Eternity, man. There is so many names, what can I say? And because Nakrov ended up dropping him, and yeah, that will not be available for the next team fight, but he probably can sell it into Death Sickle. It is already 19 minutes to the game. I assume he can easily afford that. And I think we will just see the last push here incoming by Flash Wolves. They're only 4,000 gold ahead, but I don't know, they're just playing it so much better so far. I'm telling you guys, if that Lavil could survive for a single team fight there, he even sold it for Fafnir's now. He deals the most amount of damage a Lavil can do pretty much without selling his boots. And I don't know what to say, man. If they can protect this Lavil for once, he would just rain so much damage on all of Flash Wolves' roster. But Flash Wolves is just playing way too well right now. I'm gonna be honest. They just have the map pressure. They just have all those towers down, and they have all the control over the objectives, over the Slayer and the Abyssal Dragon. And they're just playing it way better than Bazaar here. I think Bazaar has a better late game if they protect that Lavil. But they are just not able to right now. Ooh, now they're trying for the last-ditch effort. They instantly take out Shishi before he can even use his ultimate. Lavil is still alive, he's still fine, gets poked by that Joker rocket, but is still doing damage. What is going on? That was a crazy last team fight there. Lavil doing so much damage even after that poke. But he just gets completely dropped there by that Joker in the end because he completely overextended. But he got poked by that Joker, if you didn't see it, to like 1/4 HP and instantly uses that Ball of Slaughter and heals to full. That was a very sick team fight at that base, at that core of Bazaar Gaming. And they are able to save it for a couple more minutes at least here. For a couple more seconds at least, until Flash Wolves respawn. And yeah, they are able to defend that core. And you can see the Lavil did a ton of damage here. That is exactly what he wants to do. And now he just goes a little bit too deep and just gets, yeah, just gets completely, just 2 auto attacks by Joker and he's dead. I mean, not sure what he was thinking there. I think Yina could have just been fine there, killing him herself. Or he should have done 1 auto attack and just run away with his S2 afterwards, but it's fine. Everyone is respawned. The gold is actually in Bazaar Gaming's favor here. But again, they don't have a single base tower left. They have super minions pushing into their waves on all fronts now. Triple super minions in the mid lane, so not sure what they can do at this point. And Flash Wolves is doing a very good job here, not instantly pushing those waves. They're trying to stack them up, you know? Because you have 3 super minions in the mid lane. But if you wait and not just instantly push and let Bazaar Gaming clear the 3 super minions in their base, if you wait until the next wave comes in, then there's 6 super minions. And at that point, it's a free core, okay? Because no one can clear that fast enough. They get the Enraged Abyssal Dragon. The Nakrov ends up dropping almost, but has the revival buff, has that oof, but Bazaar is starting to win those late game team fights. As I said, guys, the Lavil late game is just way too strong against a Joker marksman. The Arena of Valor is Arena of Marksman right now, if you didn't notice. They are just really, really strong right now in the current meta. Because of the crit items and just how the balance is with Cathany being insanely strong, Elandor, Lavil, all those marksmen. And if you pick something like a Joker, you will just have a much worse late game, no matter what. Even if you have that D-Rock going up against Crixie, of course D-Rock a much stronger late game, but still, it does not matter. That marksman position is just so important right now. And I didn't expect this to be 24 minutes, but I'm very excited that it is. I really didn't expect this. I only pressed to like, I don't know, 15 minutes and I saw both teams are even, so I was like, okay, this is worth uploading. We can put Joker and Xeniel with Disrupt in the thumbnail, and that's already clickbait worthy, and that's probably why you clicked, but I guess you're staying because this is super insane late game. And again, Xeniel, that Disrupt almost never used, and now he almost doesn't have any chances to use it. Again, they still have, of course, that pressure. Even though they lose team fights now, they still have that pressure. The map is still theirs because of all the towers being down on the enemy side. So Flash Wolves easily picks up that Abyssal Dragon, that Slayer, and they will try to get the Enraged Abyssal Dragon as well, maybe, because I'm not sure if they can push. Even with this Slayer, it's gonna be very difficult. They're trying to trap somebody, and this Yina was very overextended. They weren't able to get her though. And yeah, we'll see. But the Abyssal Dragon is a very long time off, okay? This is still at least 1.5 minutes off, so not sure if they're gonna wait that out. They are gonna try to make it happen with this dragon from the Slayer here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Kha'Zix. Ooh, that Yena goes in this super deep. One-shots that D-Rock again with the first ability. Laville is alive, doing so much damage to Florentino. They are completely winning this fight. Beautiful stun onto the Joker by Laville. And again, Bazaar is completely winning these fights. This is exactly what I said. You cannot win late game against Laville. It does way too much damage. It's basically 3 marksmen in one. It just shoots everyone. It's way too strong, at least in the late game, in terms of damage. And at this point, even the Florentino is struggling. We'll see what he does here. He was playing really well, but now he's just getting owned by that Laville. It's just way too much damage. So maybe he will change up his build. They are hard engaging here. This is going to be really difficult. But only 5 seconds remaining onto their teammates here for Xeniel and Joker. So I think there will be at least one more team fight. And if Bazaar overextends here, if they get caught outside of their base, the team fight might look very different. That Crixie is half HP. That is a very easy one-shot. She probably has her Arctic Orb available though. Ooh, this is a very scary game, guys. And now the Blade of Eternities are running out, okay? Especially on Bazaar Gaming's side. They have those Death Sickles, as you can see, onto Kriknak and Yena. And Yena without Blade of Eternity is going to be a lot more difficult to do much in that fight. And we'll see here, she is trapping though. She is trapping the enemies at her blue buff. And if someone just walks in, she is providing vision for that Abyssal Dragon as well. They start the Abyssal Dragon though. And we'll see if they can get it. If they can get this, they might be able to win a team fight. Oh, it resets. Oh, that is terrible, guys. Now Bazaar is able to follow up in time and is positioning around it. Xeniel is pushing that top lane though. That top lane has to be defended by that Yena, and now they instantly start again as soon as they see the Yena. Kha'Zix is going deep. Oh, this Kriknak is trying to go in. Ooh, the Florentino instantly one-shot, and now this will be a very difficult team fight. They pick up the Abyssal Dragon. They pick up the revival buff onto that Laville. He's walking there. I think that's game, guys. I think that is gonna be an actual 0 tower comeback in professional Arena of Valor esports. Absolutely mind-blowing here. But this is what you get. You have to close out the game much faster against Laville. It is just such a cheated hero late game. It is absolutely insane. So yeah, 28 minutes. I don't know how these games always get to like 28, 30 minutes in esports. I mean, not always, but I of course pick the ones that are super long, because those are the ones most fun to watch, I think. And yeah, that is absolutely crazy. I cannot believe Bazaar is coming back here. I'm really glad I watched this before spoiling myself. I mean, I'm recording this before spoiling myself, because guys, they can still, I mean, Flash Wolves can still win here. They have the Blade of Eternity advantage here, okay? And that's a huge item. They have that on Joker, I think, yes, and on D-Rock, and probably on Xeniel as well soon. Should be respawning maybe. The cooldown should be going away soon. And now, guys, I don't even know what to say, man. I really don't even know. I think Florentino has to somehow change his build a little bit. Maybe change his playstyle here a little bit. He has that Fenrir now. That's going to be a lot of damage. That's a step in the right direction, I would say. Because if he can just maybe flank, you know, so far he was doing really well, just going balls deep, like straight ahead, right? But maybe he has to try to flank. And if he can flank here, this might look like a different game, because Bazaar is still playing very scared here. I feel like they should have used that time to maybe force something, because they are in a lead, but they're still scared to just throw this game away. And yeah, I'm not sure what to say here. I'm not sure what the teams should be doing. I think Bazaar should be trying to push that bottom lane tower. Meanwhile, Flash Wolves should just try to flank with their Florentino. Because if he's able to get a flank onto that Labial, the game might look differently. But he is going to be very squishy. He sold his Fenrir for the Blade of Eternity, so he still has one more stack on it. And yeah, I'm not sure what to say here. I'm not sure what to say. He is going to have to somehow avoid damage better even, but it's really hard to avoid Labial's auto attacks, right? It's going to be just way too hard. They need a wombo combo again, with that Dirac laser into the, or with some knockups, you know, the Xeniel knockup, Florentino knockup, Nakrov knockup into a Xeniel laser, into a Joker rocket, and at that point they can win a fight, but it is going to be very difficult. And that Nakrov has a very tanky build now too. He has that Mail of Pain. They are just trying to counter that Kriknak and that Labial, because they will do so much damage to themselves attacking these two heroes right now. I feel like Xeniel could buy one as well at that point. I don't think he really needs the Mantle of Ra anymore, because they have all their minions push the wave anyway with those juiced up super minions everywhere. And yeah, we'll see here. The Bazaar is... Ooh, Flash Wolves is trying to go for a backdoor. And if Florentino can stop these backports here, no, they're instantly running back. They are sniffing it, and now Florentino can just turn it around and just solo this Slayer real quick. He has help by Dirac as well. They will get this Slayer again. See, this is why you can't really get a Slayer if you're... Ooh, they're trying. I think that's an... Xeniel just gets completely caught, gets one shot before he can even use his ult. But look at this Florentino. Finally, he's able to enter a team fight again, and I think they will just win this now. That Florentino did way too much damage, that team fight. Xeniel will drop as well. The Labial is dead, and that is their whole late game. Kriknak is trying to set up something in a last-ditch effort here with a trap, but I don't think he will get anything. That Joker is unkillable. Yeah, Joker instantly uses S2. Very nice reaction speed there. And the Flash Wolves is able to edge out the victory in the end. That was very exciting to watch. That was really, really enjoyable. Didn't expect that. Why is it lagging? Okay, it lagged in the end, but it doesn't matter. Guys, I really didn't expect this to be such a good game. I thought I saw Xeniel with Disrupt. I saw Joker, and I was like, okay, this is worth. We want to, of course, check the damage numbers. But yeah, as I said, that Florentino, finally in the end, he was able to do what he was doing for the whole early and mid game, just completely decimating the enemies in those team fights, keeping them super busy. And yeah, we'll see in a moment who got the MVP. I mean, it's very obviously Florentino, but I don't think he will get it, because that's not how they choose MVP. They choose it by whoever gets in-game MVP. Oh, we skipped way too far, huh? That is crazy. We skipped way too far. Let me just check. Let me see if I can find it somehow. Where's the preview? Okay, there we go. There we go. We found it. Damage numbers. 30% by Joker, despite his bad, like his late game not being that strong. That is very surprising. So he must have hit a lot of these rockets here, and Joker got the MVP. Okay, now if he did 30% as a Joker in the late game, hey, I'm tipping my fedora to him, because that is a very nice performance, but I would still give it to my boy Heroes here. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this esports match review of Arena of Valor. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys the next time. Peace out, boys. Bye-bye.